Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to click that subscribe button, since today's video is one you really should not miss. We're delving deep into something most older women totally ignore when dating younger men. The subtle but potent questions he will ask when he's getting serious about you. Indeed, the questions he asks define not the quantity of books he sends or the frequency of compliments he gives you. I will dissect the 5 main questions a man asks when he is really falling in love with an older woman. And most ladies, trust me, completely overlook these symptoms. So hang around to the very last, since number 5 is the one that really shows where his heart is. Let's be honest for a minute. Particularly if you are seeing a younger man, dating as an older woman can be challenging. Society has led us to assume that younger men lack emotional maturity sufficient for true commitment, or that age differences cause couples to fail. The stereotype suggests they just want to have fun and move on. According to a 2022 survey by the Pew Research Center, roughly 8% of heterosexual relationships in the US feature women dating younger males. And while that number may appear little, it's expanding fast, nearly double what it was a decade ago. But here's the issue. Even with this surge, most older women don't know how to recognize when a man is genuinely serious. His comments, how he stares at you, or the beautiful texts could enthrall you. But the real indicator, the questions he asks you. Men show attention and emotional attachment not just by what they do, but by what they ask. And when you miss those, you risk misreading his intentions, and worse, engaging emotionally with someone who may not be on the same page as you. Now, let's dig deeper. Why do most older women overlook these signals? Well, since we're conditioned to focus on activities. Did he call you? Did he compliment you? Did he remember your birthday? And while those things matter, they're not the clearest signals of a man's emotional investment, especially in age gap dynamics when younger men may feel obliged to act a certain way. A fascinating case study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships in 2020 followed 127 heterosexual couples with at least a 7-year age discrepancy over 2 years. The research indicated that while younger men frequently appeared confident at first, their genuine emotional commitment surfaced through the depth and tone of their conversations, particularly the personal, future-orientated inquiries they asked. In fact, couples where the guy asked more emotionally sensitive inquiries early on reported a 35% higher relationship satisfaction score after 18 months compared to those whose interactions stayed shallow. This is why it's vital to pay attention to what he asks, not simply what he says in passing. Miss these and you could waste months, even years, on someone not serious about you. But catch them early, and you'll know exactly where you stand. So, let's not waste any more time. All right, let's go into the 5 questions a man asks when he's serious about an older woman. And remember, it's not about him being courteous. It's about him expressing real personal curiosity about your life, thoughts, and future. Question 1. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 to 10 years? Now, this might sound like a straightforward question, but it's filled with meaning when it comes from a younger man. When a man isn't serious, he keeps conversations in the now. Where to eat, what movie to watch, weekend plans. But when he starts asking you about your long-term ambitions, where you see yourself in a decade, he's subconsciously placing you in his future. A 2019 study from the University of Kansas found that males who asked future-based questions in the early stages of dating were 43% more likely to seek long-term relationships compared to those who didn't. If he's asking you this, it suggests he wants to check if your paths align. He's pondering what life would look like with you in it, not just for a season, but for years. Question 2. What was the most essential thing your last relationship taught you? When a man is falling for you, he gets curious about your emotional past, not to judge, but to understand. Why? Because emotionally available men realize your history determines your present, and if he's genuine, he wants to know what makes you tick, what hurt you, what healed you, and what you expect today. A professional psychologist, Dr. Ramani Duvasula, emphasizes in her relationship workshops that one of the clearest signals of true romantic purpose is a man's openness to talk about emotional history. When he asks this question, he's gauging two things: what emotional baggage you might carry, and if he can reach the standards you've established previously. And more importantly, it implies he's not scared by your age or past experiences. He respects them. Question 3. How do you like to spend your time alone? This is a question that looks casual but is extremely illuminating. Men who aren't serious generally focus on how you spend time with them. They plan dates and ask what movies you enjoy and where you want to go. But a man falling in love wants to know who you are when you're not around him. According to research in Psychology Today, one of the top markers of long-term compatibility is shared respect for personal space and respecting each other's solitary preferences. If he's asking this, he's not only falling for the version of you in date night outfits. He's interested in the woman you are on Sunday mornings in sweats with a book and coffee, and that matters. Question 4. What's something you've always wanted to accomplish but haven't yet? Here's where it gets exciting. This question demonstrates he's not simply interested in your history and present. He's captivated by your unlived future. It implies emotional investment. He wants to be part of helping you experience new things, cross things off your bucket list, and share those milestones with you. A 2018 poll by eHarmony indicated that couples who actively discussed and pursued each other's personal objectives had a 50% better relationship satisfaction rate than those who didn't. If he asks you this and listens intently, it's a significant indicator he's imagining himself beside you on that trip to Italy, at that cooking class you always wanted, or whatever fantasy you've shelved for years. Question 5. How do you feel about love at this moment in your life? Now, this is the big one. When a man asks this, he's peeling back the last layer. He wants to know if you still believe in love, what you expect from it now, and if you're open to something real with him. It's a question guys avoid unless they're deeply invested, because asking it makes them vulnerable too. It's not easy to hear someone say, "I don't believe in love anymore," or "I'm done with relationships." If he's ready to risk that, it implies he cares about your heart and where it stands. Relationship counselor Esther Perel, in her TED Talks and books, emphasizes that honest conversations about love's meaning at different life stages are vital for creating meaningful closeness. And guys who begin these chats are often serious about strengthening the relationship. All right, let's quickly recap those 5 questions a man asks when he's serious about an older woman. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 to 10 years? What was the most crucial thing your last relationship taught you? How do you like to spend your time alone? What's something you've always wanted to accomplish but haven't yet? How do you feel about love at this moment in your life? If the man you're seeing has asked even 2 or more of these, odds are his heart's already halfway there. And if you've missed these before, don't worry. Now you know what to listen for. If you've experienced a younger man asking you one of these, tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more relationship insights, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, the right man asks the right questions. See you in the next one.